a good result, but you want to go the distance.
You want to be on the graphic, right?
There are two worst placings for a lot of people. It's 2nd and 9th.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people feel that way. So you don't want to go home this, I would say this early, but this is quite late into the bracket, but there's so much more to be played.
And we are seeing the fist bump has come out. Alex has been selected. Gaia versus Lyto. Steve against Palutena. Our first fight in losers for a top 8 slot.
Okay, I think it's going to be an exciting one. We see the Pokemon Stadium match once again. The immediate jabs is going to be about 40 damage. Oh, there we go, I'm right in the money, 40% exactly. Okay, and this is looking a little bit rough immediately, 87%. But Palu, you know the combo game, not too much to worry about likewise, you know, the nairs or big strings. But Steve's a weird kind of animation, hitbox where it can be a little bit awkward to land those combos against a character such as Steve. Or I guess Alex in this case, I guess.
Yeah, I also feel like the one thing that Lyto is going to have to make some adjustments to is that even though you've got some Steve experience, every Steve does play fairly differently.
Every Steve is
very,
different,
very
yeah.
versatile character. Gaia in particular, I think really excels at like those like stranger combo routes to get the extra 20-30%, and almost like the ledge traps. The traps that they get with TNT are so good. Maybe not more so than someone like say You know, her like trap game is utterly incredible, but certainly Gaia is incredibly good at making you go, wait, what on earth am I about to like walk into here?
And I don't know if this is a bit of a hot take, but I'm just going to say it. Lyto has the best lead trumps in the UK. Maybe the EU, we saw right there the lead trump into back air. So consistent at it, able to get so many back air conversions off it as well. And, you know, I think Steve is that kind of character where you have to pull out all the tricks that you have to be able to deal with the character. I know that some Steves think that, you know, they do quite well against Palutena. They will, as you can see right there, certain moves are stopped. And Lyto loves to do the explosive flames, and if you miss time the explosive flame, you're going to get hit by that minecart.
Ooh, and I really love that counter. Lyto could see that Gaia was running in, hopefully anticipating the shield to deal with the minecart, but then just using the very like tiny hitbox that was out. And this is pretty damn decisive here, Whammy.
I mean, the experience, as I said, is showing and paying off right now. 3 stocks to 1. And we see guys still committing to the, you know, the mining, but you've got to make a move at some point. You are down 3 stocks to 1.
And the thing is as well is that it feels like Gaia has got half a game plan of running away, getting resources, so on and so forth. Sort of quite a typical game plan. But the wild part is that Lyto is getting in at such a pace that Gaia's not getting, like, there have been no diamonds in this set so far, which is such a vital part
that's huge,
of really taking those stocks and racking up that percent. And I feel like Lyto has been so good at both mixing up the timings that he gets in, but also making sure it's at a pace where Gaia is not able to get resources. Like, look, already, it feels like Gaia's been running away trying to get resources. We've got 1 diamond and a third of a bar.
I think you bring up a good point in that the main area where Steve loves to get those early kills is the tools, but if you can't get those tools, then you can kind of just run away in certain zones and areas. And really just Lyto making Gaia work extremely hard to just get a hit, let alone a kill. Maybe getting 3%, 4%, and the down air, you're going to get that stock, let alone a percent.
And you know what? You look in the player cam, and Lyto was stoic.
Oh, he does not.
There was no, yeah, look at me, I hit a down air, oh, the spike, you know. I mean, everybody, yeah, look, the dopamine hit, when you get the spike, we all know it.
Yeah,
we all love
a little bit.
But, like, Lyto was just like, yeah, of course it's going to hit.
Lyto,
Lyto's
not.
Who do you think I am? You think that's not going to hit?
He's a serious man. He gets the job done. He turns up for Smash, 9 to 5. Turns up, gets his win, walks away home, and we're seeing it right now with this showing so far. I mean, yeah, I think you've got to do a bit of, I'm not gonna say soul searching, but that was a pretty rough game 1, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it really was, and I feel like in Gaia's case, Gaia's got to almost commit a little harder to this game plan of running away and camping. And I feel like Gaia needs to pay a little more attention to how Lyto is getting in, because it feels like the game plan is sort of half-baked and Lyto is really exploiting it to the point where you're not getting the main benefits from running away, getting those resources, getting those materials. You know, if you can get diamond, like, even though there was 1 diamond from the last game, like, Gaia didn't get to use it. It was just there.
Something strange we just saw. We saw, you know, Gaia getting, honestly, beaten up for a lot of that stock there. Finally lands the up tilt and just backs off immediately. choosing not to extend the combo game, and you need that because Steve's moves by themselves, they don't do a lot of damage. Up tilt alone, 5%. The jab alone, 3%. You need to get those conversions off of it. So if you're questioning yourself, do I really want to throw this out here? Will I get hit by this? Reversaled? It's going to be a big struggle about how you're going to be able to lead to percent and stocks at the end of the day.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Again, we see this opportunity, but Gaia gets a neutral opener, but doesn't really get anything off it. And it's an absolutely wonderful point to make. The fact that, you know, if you're not exploiting the greatest strength of your character, you are literally, and particularly, like, it's really extreme in Steve's case, because as you mentioned yourself, individually, the moves kind of suck.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, look, 27%. This is like 6 moves, maybe. That's not a lot of damage.
And yet, when put together and the combo potential,
here we go.
So
Speaking of
different.
which, oh, that DI was not there.
I think maybe anticipating another loop and just trying to maybe drift back, not quite committing to either going full on or trying to get back onto the blocks and just losing a very early stock for it. And now Lyto's had to pay the Steve tax and is looking much worse for wear as a result.
And this is what we saying we needed earlier. We needed that big combo game to get the lead, and that's all it takes is Steve. Such a big, volatile character in terms of their combo ability. And I think with the drift back earlier with the up B, you see a lot of Steves go for the down smash well on that platform, especially against a character like Palu. You want to drift back to avoid it while also lying on the platform. It's such a rock and a hard place situation to be in. Okay, once again, a bit more mining. Oh, just going right in there, not caring at all about the wall you've built. Donald Trump be damned. Okay, we're going for the landing forward there. Going to see if we can actually get a footstool. Interesting option.
And there we go. Finally, a diamond tool is available to Gaia. And, you know, not the earliest percent that you can get, but enough to make at least some good use out of it. But Lyto just continuing this aggression, showing why he's got the title of best Let's Trump in the game.
Let's Trump in the game, that's all you need. Barely going to live that side B. We do have the powered up version of it, but this is where it gets tricky. You want to be very careful where you throw out the explosive flames. Just actually throw out in the right situation as I say that. I like the attempt there as well. The up smash does actually hit below ledge. Fun little fact for those who don't know. When you hit the move, obviously your hitbox will extend. So maybe trying to hit that minecart to land the ledge grab.
Again, just using these explosive flames to almost guide Gaia to a certain part of the stage, allowing Lyto to maintain that. And Lyto's dash attacks, that is the first time we've seen it in this set so far. But it's in a similar way that we were seeing with Blue's Pit. It's such a quick burst option, and obviously having that invincibility
helps massively, yeah.
So good.
Okay, we see the neutral there once again. Enderman's a weird, height in terms of character, where the area you drop shield against Palutena, a little bit weird, and yeah, just clips the end hitbox there into some good amount of damage, 41. But this is one Steve back air or F smash away, so gotta be very careful if you're Lyto. But Gaia, when I throw out the right move, and if throw out the right move, you will with that up smash.
Finally getting the stock at 150%, but Lyto recognizing, you know what, if I've got some invincibility, I am charging at you, friend. And we can see, again, Gaia, slow speed of Steve, just making sure that Lyto doesn't take any percent from that otherwise pretty deadly situation. And a back air, once again, sending Gaia off stage. The ledge traps are beginning here, and once again, Gaia gets an opener, and Lyto is just ready for it. And
oh, you're gonna miss that. A very unfortunate SD right there. I think, honestly, you saw the weak back air. If you get that weak back end up tilt, that's juicy damage, but if you're going to SD off stage there, you're never going to get that opportunity, sadly. But you know what? I feel like if you're able to sort of keep up the combo game a lot more than you were previously, and just, change maybe your positioning, 1 or 2 areas, there's definitely still the potential to have it take at least to game 4.
It almost feels like everything that Gaia's doing has this sort of like this little lacing around it of uncertainty. It feels like he's not quite confident in the combos. He's not quite confident. I feel like that SD came about because he saw the up smash was charging, and maybe he was just trying to go for like either a slight delay on the timing or a slight different angle to get around it. And it just feels like there's just a lot of moments of I'm not certain, I'm not confident in what I'm doing.
Right.
I think Gaia's just got to take that moment to believe in himself, because when you're converting like this, you have full reason to be confident, you know?
Yeah.
So I do think the changes are being made, but I feel like Lyto is definitely the confident one in this matchup.
Yeah, but we'll say all that. That was a really good weight right there from Gaia, using the block to way out the up smash. And the up smash, it does cover those lazy drift ins with the up B as well. because you can go up and down with it, obviously, but you are forced to go forward little by little with the upbeat, so you can't cover multiple options with it. Here we go, an offside situation. Going to land the Lingard, down tilt, not going to get the backer off of it. Instead, you're going to get the forward edge, just barely going to live to see another day. And the best ledge trumps in the league, Lyto does it once again, never ceases to amaze me and the others from the Northeast. And actually going to clank with the anvil, very strange scenario to be in, but either way, 33% on the board and still counting, Joycey.
This is so deadly from Lyto, and it's just a complete opposite thing, right, of the confidence that Lyto has got. I was expecting after that first up air, okay, probably get another up air and then we'll carry on an advantage. But then it got into a forward air and then into a back air, and I was like, wait, hang on. This isn't what Palutena does.
No, I was confused. I was thinking, okay, double up air, we'll see what we can get. Oh, just going right through the up smash. That is devastating. This guy, you can see right there, shaking his head, expecting the kill, but not going to get that kill specifically. Okay, trying to chase through the up air, not able to land it. And the perfectly timed rolled as well, because obviously if you hold shield against that minecart, you are going to get command grabbed, and you are going to die. So a little bit of knowledge coming into play right there.
Ooh, and just the perfect spacing around the up smash. Lyto pixels away from getting the second stock, but instead it is Gaia with that forward smash and 59%.
That was 4 hits, I think. 4 or 5 hits, and that was 59.
But that's the power of Diamond, right? When you've got such a powerful tool and you've got the time and the ability to get it, suddenly the matchup seems a little easier than it did in those first 2 games.
We have not. Okay, the counter you're not going to see very often. Palu's counter is very weak, but you know they're going to do it, you might as well. And you know, sometimes you see it for the reflect, of course. It will reflect back the command grab system.
Yes.
And you can get the big punish in return. But the aggressive dash attack going to pretty much even this up. The anvil not going to land it on the platform, so there's no delay in its hitbox.
And I think a lovely stock there from Lyto, but I think another weakness that we've been seeing from Gaia is that we mentioned right at the start that Gaia is really good at these traps. They're really good at setting up these really difficult situations where you've almost got to jump through 3 different hoops just to not die.
Right.
But given how Lyto is almost rushing Gaia down, he's not giving Gaia the opportunities or the resources to set up these traps, and is just eliminating one of, I would argue, Gaia's greatest strengths in his gameplay. And it's really, like, the consequences are showing, because Gaia has got to rely on the bread and butter Steve combos, and even then we're not seeing more than half a bar at any given point, really.
It's very straight. Obviously, I think within the Northeast, Lyto isn't exactly known for aggressive gameplay a lot of the time, but I think from matchup to matchup at least, it's just showing that he can switch up the pace anytime necessary. The dash attack not going to do it, unfortunate for Gaia, because you need this bad if you want to extend at least into a game 4, because you'll be going home if not. Okay, not going to land the up smash.
Yeah, good drift away on the wall, actually screwing Gaia over there a little bit, allowing Lyto to just drift behind and use it as protection.
In on the down throw, no! Okay, you're going to live to see the day, just barely. I suppose it does avoid any risk of the back air.
Wonderful patience from Lyto, just holding shield, and Gaia managing to blink first, but again, these explosive flames trying to catch another retreat, and it feels like Gaia is beginning to catch on to that, waiting for these explosive flames, and then that burst option dash attack is such a good kill move.
Yeah, I mean, when you get Diamond, you can use the Diamond so efficiently, but that feels like, honestly, one of the first games where the time was even be able to be properly used.
Yeah, it's so interesting to see, and I think we are seeing those little hints of confidence again from Gaia. We are seeing, even if Lyto is still getting in fairly quickly, Gaia's managing to slow the pace enough where diamonds are now a relevant part of the game.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see whether Lyto can sort of bring that breakneck pace back to the stage and to really pressure Gaia again, or whether these adaptations that Gaia have made are still going to be unchecked.
I mean, a 44% is not a great way to start it, but what is that to 1 up till, as I say it, we have the exact same combo from previously, leading to 63%. That makes you question Palu's net in terms of how broken we used to think it was, at least.
And yeah, once again, just trying to get an intricate trap going with the down smash with the TNT on those blocks, but Lyto just managing to get out scot-free. Lovely get-up attack, just saying, get the hell away from the sledge, let me back on.
Okay, yeah, the blocks right there, stop the explosive flame, not the greatest DI, but just barely gonna live. They're looking a little bit confused right there from what it was, but at least it was a gold tool, I believe it was.
And
Possibly iron, but either way, yeah.
And now it feels like Gaia has almost gone, wait, hang on a second, I can be aggressive too. And it feels like almost instead of trying to double back down on that defensive game plan, like really using this change in aggression to almost catch Lyto off guard. I don't think Lyto is ready for this Gaia that is just now mining a little bit, but then running in. This change in pace is really, really showing off.
I'm glad that, Gaia was able to at least be able to throw it out, towards the end of game 3 and just really capitalize on this game 4. But this game 4 is not looking close right now, looking a little bit tricky for the Palutena. But you know what? One back throw ledge maybe will lead to that kill. But the threat of F-Smash, the threat of anything in terms of the sword is just so high right now.
Yeah, trying to get the up tilt to up smash conversion, but not quite managing to pull it off so far. And we're going to see, can you tech those blocks? Yes, you can, but the back throw is going to take it, and it is going to take a lot here for Lyto, but a neutral air is always a very good start for Palu.
You know that whole group analogy you made earlier, even when Gaia has those tricks up the sleeve, Lyto just knows the trick and is able to capitalize on the aftermath of it, as we saw the back throw immediately right after it. But the diamond back air absolutely deleted the stock, not even a chance of DI helping you right there. See the down throw in the back air, no, going to jump out of it. Beautiful read, by the way, with the up tilt, going to lead to a difficult situation. Case in point, the back air going through the minecart. Even game right now, Joycey.
And just, Lyto was like, okay, you can play aggressive. Watch this that I can do. And just deleted that stock so quickly. And it is the Lyto show right now, just keeping Gaia in the air, 42-54%. The return to neutral, but just grabbing at 72%. What is Gaia going to get off of this minecart conversion?
I thought we might see an F-Smash right there, but able to at least hesitate on pulling the trigger, but the threat is still absolutely there. The reflect, as we mentioned earlier, going to send back, does not land the tech, unfortunate.
I'm always conflicted whenever I see that, because in my head I'm like, nobody techs that.
I feel like I heard somewhere, I don't know how true it is, where someone said, oh, certain situations you actually can't tech it. Now, I don't know how true that is because, it looks so easy to tech.
Yeah.
But I think the Steves are able to just kind of capitalize on that, will they, won't they tech situation.
Yeah.
And just force different tricks up the sleeve.
Yeah, it's really, really wild to see. And again, it was another trick that was up Gaia's sleeve. First time we've seen it in the whole set. Right. And it was used to seal out a game and to confirm a game 5. And the thing is, this was looking really, really dominant in Lyto's favor. And even though we were seeing sort of sparks of life again in those second and third stocks, Gaia seems to have taken control of the pace of the match. And it's going to be down to Lyto to sort of regain the helm and just get back into this.
I think the set as a whole has been very good in terms of just showing adaptability from both sides. Because even when, Lyto was losing that game that we just had, we saw more back airs be put into play to catch certain scenarios, which we didn't see in games 1 and 2. And just the adaptation back and forth, it's a joy to see at the end of the day.
And we are seeing, once again, Gaia exactly where Lyto wants him. Good DI out, making sure that you're not getting hit by that back air and just strong-arming his way forward. Gaia over there on the left-hand side of the stage, and auto-rascal in the wrong direction is going to cause Lyto, but just not really doing much with it. Gaia just sort of let Lyto get back for free there.
Yeah, we saw, unfortunately, and honestly, strangely as well, the L-shaped blocks actually did help out in some kind of way. Potentially could have led to an F-Smash, just barely misses the down smash, not able to get the conversion. But this is looking dead even right now. The down throw cannot no longer get the conversion right there. The up air just barely falling out. A little bit too low and actually pulling the trigger.
This is where things get scary, and I'm seeing shades of the first couple of games here where Lyto is managing to get these aggressive approaches and get these stocks and have very little resources are on the table right now for Gaia. But again, the minecart just sometimes it feels a bit like Gaia has got these situations, but because of the lack of resources, has got to spend that time where he could be pressuring, gathering more iron and gathering more stone, just so that he can continue the overall game plan. It feels like he has to miss opportunities because of those lack of resources.
I mean, we say all this, I think Lyto's doing a great job at actually making Gaia second guess the moves that he throws out, the options that he covers, especially off stage specifically. Okay, we're going to see the up tilt, but not going to kill, as we say. It's a combo move, it's definitely not a kill move. And this is big damage. This is not what you want. This guy is about 40 damage, 40 exactly.
Another forward there to make it 50, just catching the minecart. Another one, again, rinse and repeat situation. No iron available, so no minecart is going to be happening. And just the only one he had just got reflected straight back. And an explosive flame, and this has just been Lyto's stock over and over and over again. Just these situations, it just feels like Lyto has full control at the moment.
I think Lyto was very much aware that, okay, you're coming towards me, teleport out there. You're going to be doing this sort of move here, take this back air. Just the safety that is being used right now from Lyto is so good. And Gaia currently not having an answer. You're getting the resources, but you're not getting the kill at the end of the day.
Yeah, and we can see Lyto just playing around the range of the diamond forward smash, knowing that it will spell curtains. Should he misplace one move, he should miss space. Anything at the moment, and we can see just how delicately Lyto is playing around this Steve, and Gaia is throwing out a lot of moves, just trying to get a kill. 175%, and is the back throw been arranged?
That's a kill.
God damn, and Lyto a single stock away from making top 8 at the KO main event.
I mean, this is gold as well. This is not exactly the sword that's known for cheese per se. This is mainly, you know, frame data, combo ability, but this is not known for its kills. So if Lyto can just extend his lead as much as he has currently, use those teleports, get out of there when you can, it's going to be really rough for Gaia. And I think, honestly, you know, with you saying how, okay, the Ultra's going to do it, but you saying how Lyto playing a little bit more aggressive perhaps. We've been seeing the opposite this game, and at least as soon as Lyto gets that lead, and it's working out so well because Steve's mobility is just so low, other than, of course, burst options such as Minecraft, sorry.
Yeah, I feel as if, like, the first 4 games were all about, like, okay, well, Gaia's not able to complete part A of the game plan, because Lyto's getting in, Lyto's making sure that the resources are not there. And I think the problem is that it almost feels like, oh no my god, and the block to just catch the pop out, but it doesn't quite kill. But no, it feels almost as if this game has been, okay, but what happens actually if we let Gaia get resources? And sometimes nothing happens, but other times Gaia clutches up and only 40%, and the taxman is here, and you have not paid up, sir. 66% on the board, and Lyto had a 2-stock lead here, and it has crumbled away before his eyes.
And I think Gaia's really starting to catch on to the options that Lyto's using with these teleports, but this is so even right now. Back air can leave the offstage situation, sorry. Back air's at ledge, going to see if we can land it, but the up tilt aggressive, dies off the top!
Oh god, and the major pop-off.
That was a humongous pop-off.
I was gonna say, I felt that from the stage, a hug from the two of them, a little bit suspect eye on that back air, and Gaia with a 3-stock comeback.